Welcome back, guys. Southern Minnesota TV. I'm Clint, and today we're going to be working on the crashed mini bike. Some of you probably heard about my crash on here. Well, it ruined some stuff, and we need to fix that. So what happened is, before the corn was out, way over in that corner, I was turning around that corner. Yeah, and then Isaac was coming on the side-by-side the other way, and I couldn't see him. And we hit each other. Head-on collision. Bent both the forks pretty good. Handlebars are shot. Throttle. This piece broke off of the rest of it, and so that's broken. Then, yeah, clearly the handlebars, as you can see, are very bent. Fender's cracked. Everything else seems to be fine. The frame is not bent in any way. And so I believe we can get this thing going again. This was so much fun. I don't know if you guys have mini bikes around, but man, are they fun. It's been a while since my accident because I had 9 stitches in my leg. I couldn't walk around very nice. I'm all healed up though now. Let's get to fixing this thing so we can ride it around again. Brought the mini bike in the messy shop here. Time to get to work on it. For the forks, I got new ones from Go Power Sports. So it's actually 2 left ones. I got the same thing for the brake caliper. Whatever. Don't ask me why. But these are from Go Power Sports. I'm going to be throwing those on there instead of these old bent forks. And then I have used handlebars from a quad that are nice and straight yet, that I'll be throwing on top here. For the broken throttle that's doing stuff that's not supposed to do, I have new Pro Taper throttle and grip. These forks I bought are not actually for this mini bike. They're for a Megamoto 212. And they're too wide. The diameter is too big, so they don't fit into my trees or whatever they're called. And so I had to make another order, and I'm sitting around waiting. And I've decided I'm going to take the engine off. Put a different one on because this one is hard to find parts for. Guys, I stripped the mini bike frame completely down. Nothing left on it. I plan to repaint it. That's why I did this. We're gonna repaint the frame. I decided I don't like this color. And I'm sure many of you guys don't either. It's just an ugly green thing. So we're gonna repaint the frame. I've decided to do this because the forks I bought from Go Power Sports were not for the MB200. They were for the Trailmaster. Not the Trailmaster. They were for the Megamoto 212 Pro. And so the forks did not fit in the triple trees. And so now I'm waiting on parts, and I decided I'm going to paint it. All right, now that the frame's stripped down and almost ready for paint, I want to find out where the rear caliper is going to be mounted to. I want to get that mount welded on before I paint the frame up, because I want to put rear disc brakes on this mini bike. And so this wheel obviously doesn't do disc brakes. Actually, that's the front one. That one doesn't do disc brakes. It's just got the sprocket on one side. There's nothing on the other side for a disc to be bolted to. So I got this rim from Go Power Sports. Has that on both sides. And so then a disc from Go Power Sports, bolt that on there. The whole caliper and brake lever set from Go Power Sports. The mount, I don't remember what bike it's for. I'm gonna have to customize it for this MB200, but that, and then at Baumgar's I got some button head bolts for everything here. So I'm going to assemble this disc brake, and we're going to have to mock it up on the frame to see once where I have to put the caliper mount. So guys, I've gotten a long ways. I've gotten the bracket welded to the frame. It's welded on the bottom, just tacked on the top. So that's pretty solid. I'll put a little bit more welds on there yet, but yeah, I cut the bottom off. I made sure I left plenty on there because I hadn't welded it yet. I didn't know quite where it was going to be. So I left plenty on the bottom there. Yeah, the caliper's screwed on loosely. The wheel's in loosely, but I'm going to spin it over for you guys and show you how the brakes work and prove to you that they do work, even when I do stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. All right, the wheel spins freely. Don't look at those welds too closely. Not my best welding. I am not a professional at this at all, but that's the tire spinning. And then when I squeeze this brake lever, it stops. Do it again. So that's the brakes, they work. I'm gonna weld up the top of that bracket, and then the frame is ready to be painted once I, get it cleaned up because it's all dirty yet and stuff. So I'll quick weld that up and take the back tire off again. All right, guys, guess what color I'm painting the frame? Bet you'll never guess. Oh, you said white? Yeah, that's correct. I think it's turning out pretty good. Have it halfway painted, the first coat. I plan to put 2 or 3 coats on this. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna finish this up and let it dry. First coat is applied, looking really good. I'm happy with how it's turning out so far. Hopefully the paint dries fine without cracking or anything. I've had bad luck with that in the past, but I think this is way better than that ugly green that it used to be. What do you guys think? Tell me below in the comments. All right, it's a little bit later. Putting a second coat on now. And second coat is applied. Looking good. I'll do one more third coat with it sitting down again. Make sure I get all the top or whatever. And then the painting will be done for the frame. Also going to be throwing some white paint on these handlebars here. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the new engine for the mini bike. This is a power washer, 210cc, 7.0 horsepower. This, being that it's 7 horsepower, is more horsepower than my mini bike had stock, which was 6.5. And the exhaust I have for this engine is going to be quieter than the Briggs & Stratton that was on my mini bike previously too. So this is going to be better in both worlds. So I'm really excited about this engine going on my mini bike. I have to take it off the cart and take the pump off, and then it's ready to be thrown on. All right, guys, I got the pump pulled off the engine. Now it's pretty much ready for a torque converter. I'm gonna fire it up, see once if it runs. I know it ran when I put it in the shed, which was less than a year ago, so I'm pretty confident it's gonna run. Alrighty, torque converter's installed. Some of you may be wondering why the Juggernaut is so scratched up. Well, that's from my crash. That Juggernaut was on the mini bike, and that I'm pretty sure that's from the side-by-side that I hit running against the side-by-side, or probably against the gravel ground too. Stripped it all up. But then, just like that, the engine is ready to go in the frame. Alrighty, fellas. The frame is back in my shop and ready to be put together. And so I'm going to be working on the rear wheel first. I am not going to be putting the rim with the brake disc on, that one. I'm going to be throwing this one back on because this tire does not hold air anymore. It holds air for 20 minutes probably. And I want to do a final burnout with this tire before I throw the new tire on. So this is going on the frame and the engine, and hopefully then I'll have the front forks to throw on there too. So get right to it. And it's time to throw the engine in there. Boom, just like that. We're ready to ride. All right, time to throw some bolts into this engine. All right, the engine is bolted down. You can see how the foot peg system works. It's just bolted up through those two front engine mount holes. I got the chain dialed in, maybe a little bit on the tight side, but oh well. This tire ain't staying on here for long. We'll soon switch it to this Go Power Sports rim with a brake disc and stuff. All right, now I need to put the seat on, and I'm still waiting for the front forks to come, and then throttle, front wheel, and we can do a burnout. Alrighty, guys, the parts came in the mail from eBay. These trees, or whatever they're called, are billet aluminum. So they're super thick, super strong, and extremely light. I think that's really cool. This is the bottom one, so it's gonna go on there like that. I'm really happy with these forks. Got the brake caliper mount on that one. Suspension is really good. I'm super excited for this. Let's throw it on the bike. So guys, for this, I think I found something that's gonna work. It is a bolt. You can see it there. And then a washer. And then the top tree clamp thing. Another washer. This bearing system that was in the old fork front thing. Anyway, it was from this mini bike. And then I have this nice big whatever. That's what was actually the pivot point that the bolt screwed to for the old one. It was that big and it was hollow. And then another bearing on the bottom. And a washer and a nut. So I'm going to put that on the mini bike and see how it looks, see how much wobble it has. Because I don't like wobble. Alrighty, now I'm going to be installing the forks. There is the slightest bit of play in there. But I'm pretty happy with this. This is really cool. Billet aluminum and 33 millimeter thick shocks. So I don't know what my old shocks were. They were like 27 millimeters or something. This is way thicker. All right, I'm gonna throw the front wheel on now. Guys, I have a problem. I was hoping I'd ride my mini bike today. but I'm not going to be able to because that it ain't going to fit in there. The forks are too narrow. I wanted to ride this mini bike. Oh well, I guess I'll just spend more money on something else to put on there. Great. So guys, this is my three-wheeler. And it has a front steering working end thing. So if I take all of this off and put it on the mini bike, and then I take this off the mini bike and put it on the three-wheeler, I'll be able to get my mini bike going tonight, and the three-wheeler can have a 10-inch narrower wheel put in it, one that actually fits in these forks, and I think that's going to look really nice on the three-wheeler to have a 10-inch wheel instead of an 8-inch. That's an 8-inch rim up front. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully I get this mini bike going tonight. That'd be really sweet. I'm going to get taking this apart. Fellas, I got the three-wheeler front forks on. It's pretty good, except that there is forward and backward play. See if I can show you guys it. It's really, really bad, actually. It's a lot of play. But who cares? It's a mini bike. Not a race mini bike or anything. Just want to rip around on the farm. And so hopefully, it doesn't cause too much of a problem. But I'm going to throw the handlebars on and the seat and the throttle cable and everything. And we're ready to rip this thing. Alrighty, fellas. I got the throttle hooked up. Pro taper throttle and grip. I think that's real nice. I'm really surprised with the quality of that. Throw this air filter on here. And we're going to be ready to take it for a rip. Guys, it's running and moving under its own power. Dug a bit of a hole in the asphalt there. That's all the tire back there. And that's the tire and the frame. Fun times, guys. See you next time. Some of you probably heard about my crash on here. Well, it ruined some stuff and we need to fix that. Bye!